Welcome to the OU Women's Basketball Notebook. I'm Jason Ross Jr., joined once again this week by the head coach, Jeff Tungate. Jeff, how's it going this morning?
Good, Jason. How you doing?
Doing well. Well, Coach, you're coming off back-to-back wins over Robert Morris last weekend, back-to-back 80-point performances. For you individually, we've touched on the fact that was your 100th career win last Saturday, but read in an article earlier this week that for you, the biggest win is really when your players graduate. And I'm curious why that means so much to you as a head coach.
Well, to me, it's our job at the college level to prepare them for the real world. And, there's going to be times in the real world that you're upset at your boss. We've got to create that conflict at practices and things. There's going to be times that things don't go well. You got to learn how to bounce back. There's times that things don't always go your way, whether it's playing time or whether it's shots in a game or whatever. And you've got to learn how to adjust to those things. So we try to create an environment that prepares them for the real world. And, I get a lot more satisfaction out of, knowing where players are 5, 10, 15 years later, and seeing how successful they are. And you hope that in some small way that what you did as a program prepared them for that. And, I know it's when players call and either need to use me as a reference or make a phone call for them. Those are the things that are important to me. And, when you see their success in the real world and as they start having families and things like that, again, you hope that something you did at least prepared them in some small way to be successful.
And now, Coach, kind of reflecting back on those two games against Robert Morris, it was the first time all season we saw you piece together back-to-back 80-point games. What clicked for the team offensively?
Well, we made shots. That's the simple answer, but I thought we ran good offense. I thought we had good movement. I thought we looked to attack, and I thought we found the open player. I thought on Friday we did a good job of sharing the basketball, and then when those things were kind of taken away a little bit on Saturday, I thought we did a good job driving the basketball. So we made the adjustments, and but at the end of the day, we had good movement. When we struggle is when we stand and don't move. And I thought we really did a good job of moving and finding the right person, and we stepped up and made shots and played with a lot of confidence on both days.
Last Friday, I believe it was, you matched a team high 23 assists. You touched on the movement there. How much of a role does the chemistry that you've touched on this season play a role in that exquisite ball movement?
Well, I think it's huge. They trust each other, and they're going to find the open player. It doesn't matter who that open player is. If they're open, they're going to get the ball, and they trust each other to make the shot. When you look at what KD's doing, she can score, but she's also leading the league in assists. And I think when you've got someone that can score the basketball and still share the ball with the teammates, it shows a trust and a bond amongst the teammates to find the open player and make the play. So, like I said, I've said all along, this is a great group, and they're fun to coach, and I think they're fun to watch.
Now, you probably couldn't have picked a better weekend, build up that offensive momentum, because this upcoming weekend, you'll have a Milwaukee team that currently statistically is the best in the conference defensively, limiting teams to a little over 54 points per game. How do you continue that offensive momentum into this weekend against the Panthers?
Well, Milwaukee's really, really good. Watching them on film, and they're a really, really good basketball team. Kyle does a great job with the program, and so they're a very, very well coached team. And for us to have success, like you said, they're a great defensive team, and we're going to have to knock down the open shot. We're going to have to knock down that outside shot. They're going to do a good job of trying to contain our drive and keep us out of the paint and things like that. So we're going to have to make shots and try to stretch that defense where eventually we can get to the rim. We're going to have to play very well this weekend. Like I said, they're a very, very good basketball team.
Anything that you'll tell your team in particular, a message before this weekend that would help out?
Well, we've started last weekend. It's February now, and it's time you have to peak at the right time. And, the tournament's right around the corner, and we've got on Friday, I told them, in February, we got to start playing our best basketball. And on Saturday, we had to play a little bit better than Friday. And now we need to play a little bit better this Friday than last weekend and keep improving, because it's really important that now's the time to start peaking and start playing our best basketball. And, thankfully, I thought last weekend we played our best 2 games of the year. Now we got to build on that and keep that going, because, again, we're down to 4 regular season games, and then the tournament's here. So, with all the stuff going on with COVID and everything else, it's been a long year. But when you look back on it, it goes by quick. So, we've got to make sure these next 4 games, starting with Friday, we play our best basketball.
Well, thanks for your time, Coach. We always appreciate it, and looking forward to watching this weekend against Milwaukee.
Thanks, Jason.